This is somewhat of a build showcase. Siege ballista, trarthus, deck stack. Basically, the premise is just get a bunch of decks for ballistas and attack speed. Let's summon these totems real quick. Lets you do pretty alright damage. In my opinion, the normal setup's kind of lame. You know, I'm not a big fan of placing one at a time, waiting for them to attack and stuff. So I like this one. It's a lot more direct. Doesn't really feel like a totem build, like at all. You get some cool stuff, like you get damage redirection, you get some leech, you get taunt. Taunt's pretty cool. All those are from masteries. Right. You can just see right here. There's my tree. Typical deck stack tree. Typical clusters. I'm not sure what the damage is. I'm not sure if Pop does it correctly. I really don't know how to calculate the damage. But basically, it's got like really high damage effectiveness. Like it summons 8 totems, each of which hits once, and then it can return. If you have Nimbus, it's like double. But, you know, obviously it's not reliable. Not every single projectile is gonna hit, but you know, it's a good amount of damage. So I'm just using the gem as good clear. And then I got Mana Forge Hero's Frenzy with Sniper's Mark. As you can see, clear's pretty cool. It's got an interesting like gimmick. You know, I figured it'd be good for Sanctum. I've tried Sanctum. It's not amazing, but I'm sure with like more damage, it's fine. Got good coverage. Early League, I was farming these, just like basically no mod tier 17s, which you know plenty of builds can do, but it's pretty comfortable, even though I might die. You know, it's got good regen. Since you're playing Hyra, you get the regen node. Since you're summoning totems so fast, oh yeah, I died. Since you're summoning totems so fast, you just get crazy regen and crazy amount of regen. It's just, you know, this is a pretty early character. The gear's not amazing. Right. You could put way more into this and it'd probably function a lot better. But, you know. Well, let me lock in real quick. I'm sorry. It is capable of doing these things. You know, you get charges. It's got, you know, decent HP. These kind of things are kind of rippy just because there's a lot going on. Doesn't my setup has pretty bad chaos res. You could easily solve that. You see, like, he died pretty quick. I think it just generally looks pretty cool. Moving around with, Lucera. So, yeah, I'll show the links right now. And this is the body armor as well. You got attack speed, conquest level R for some EHP. You got this, which I think is kind of expensive now. Using this gem, obviously. You know, 21, 23. Focus ballista, bunch of attack speed. If you don't have it, it doesn't work as good. Siege ballista, or Iron Commander, I mean. Super important. It's kind of makes the build function. You don't need Mage Blood. Standard rare belt would be fine. I had like a Stygian Vice before this. So, general idea to make this work is you need a lot of totems, a lot of max totems. You need a lot of attack speed, right? So if I took this off, it just, yeah, it kind of functions. I took these two things off, right? It's just less, right? You get a lot less. You see, I'm all at the top left. It's always 21. What you want is for it to go down so that you're getting all of them to hit at the same time. So like, if I summon a totem, I don't want them to resummon before they fire. That'll like mess up your DPS. So from my testing, you need about 3x the amount of your general summon, so I would want about 24. My max totems is 22 right now, but obviously you can get more than that. I mean, the DPS just goes crazy, but you know, for this setup, it's pretty good. Obviously, you want a bunch of totem speed. You probably can't play this on anything other than Hyro. Uh, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool setup. I think someone else could do pretty good with it as well. For your flat, use Poise Prism. I'm using the Storm Rider boots. You don't really have to. You could probably use Guard Cons to be a lot tankier, but yeah, early league, I want to be high DPS. I think you could Volatile Vol this to get a 4. That'd be a pretty cool upgrade. 5 Flash Mage Blood if you want to sell your kidneys for that. Mm, everything's pretty standard. Yeah, this is pretty cool, point blank. So it's based on the totem. So since it's right there, it'll like always be max damage. So that's pretty cool. So you can kind of like shoot it from far away. Another pro, you can shoot it super far from you, so it's got really good kind of far away coverage, which kind of makes up for the low general HP. Using Blink Arrow for movement, as I said earlier. Basic stuff, cast and damage taken, Maniforged Arrows. I don't think Ensnaring Arrow is that great. I'm not sure exactly what benefits it does, if it works all the time, 'cause it doesn't work with Sniper's Mark, but, it is what it is. It's there, it's a link. I'm not using an extra flask. You'd use, like, I don't know, probably, like, Bottled Faith or something, or Progenesis, or whatever the fuck you want. Uh, the Jewels, pretty basic. Emperor's Mastery, everything gives dex. I'm using this because I'm using Mage Band. It's easy ailment avoidance. I do like the idea of doing like the Foulborn version that gives you spell suppress chance applies to defend with double armor. That sounds pretty good. I feel like that could be leveraged somehow, but I don't know. I am running Determination, should be running Vitality, Arctic Armor, Precision, and Vitality. So those are my auras. I'm gonna switch to Pob real quick, show my DPS. Again, I'm not really sure how accurate it is, because I think it's testing like as if it was constantly firing. I'm not really sure how it works, but I'll still show it off anyways and put it in the description. Alright, so I think everything's popped out correctly. These are my setups. There's 40 million DPS. Pretty low HP to be honest, but it's okay. Especially on League Start. Uh, just a shout out, I got this from a guy called Shadow Edwin. This is his channel. It was this video,
Hello, this is
and I'll
my
make sure
build.
to credit him in the description. So, thanks. Cool video. Here's my pod. This is all my gear. You could easily improve this. Just, just take it farther. You could probably get like 4K dex or something and do like a bazillion damage. If that's what you want to do. Obvious pros. Long range. Kind of cool. You can like off screen stuff. Obvious downsides. It's a bow build. Squishy. I'm sure there's ways to make it tanky, but my setup's not super tanky. Mm, no movement skill. Not very fast. You gotta run. You kind of want Mage Blood really bad. To, like, move quickly. It's kind of hard to tell what your DPS is because Pop is weird and I don't think it tracks it quite right. I'm really not sure. Actually, let me actually fix this. This is supposed to be 31. There. It's slightly better. I think. Yeah. Wait. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is right. No, I think that's right. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, I'm also using Tornado. Tornado's pretty good. I think. I think it's like more damage. I'm not sure how much more damage though. Yeah, cast and crit. Obvious upgrades, you put Nimbus. I had Nimbus, but I sold it. Um, get like a Simplex Amulet. Simplex Amulet would probably go crazy. This is just a pretty good early amulet I got. Split personalities are good. Ancestral Vision, as I said earlier. Fluid Motion, typical. Bound by Destiny, pretty good. Very cheap. Simple clusters. These aren't super hard to make, especially with the boats. Boats make it super easy. Brutal Strength. This is just. I don't think this is a very good one. Yeah, I mean, I only got 3 points in it, so it's not that great. But that's my setup. I think it's more fun than playing the other Siege Ballista setup, and I think more people should try it. When I set this up, I was like the only guy on PoE Ninja. Now I see a couple other guys, but it's definitely an interesting archetype. I think could go very far. But thank you for watching the video. Have a good one.